In this video, I'm going to show you how to disassemble and remove the cylinder of these very common Schlage deadbolts. So, first thing that you'll have to do is remove the cylinder. But before you can do that, you must remove that Phillips head screw right there. Not the one on the left. You want to be careful and make sure that it's the one that's actually holding in that cylinder. So, I'll just usually do this in the customer's home. Remove that screw, and that will let you just take out that cylinder. Now, it does depend on which type of deadbolt cylinder you're using that's compatible with this tool, but you would want to try either side, insert it, push down that roll pin, and twist counterclockwise until you have the whole thing removed. I just want to show you all of the pieces that are typically in here. So you have the actual tailpiece itself. You have a little ring that holds that tailpiece in there in place. And then you have this thing, whatever it's called. I'm honestly not too sure. But you have to make sure that when you put it back, this pin and spring right here goes right in between that little space. So you're going to have to turn it. You see right here, there's no gap. Now there's a gap. But in any case, you're going to remove that little pin, set that down, and always take out the little spring. Sometimes it takes a little bit of tapping. It's very small. We do not typically have replacements for them, so don't lose it. And then you would proceed with your normal rekey. Once rekeyed, you would reinsert that little spring, reinsert that little pin, and make sure that this one's double-sided, but they're not all double-sided, that this little tip is edged off a little bit. Push that in. Always test the spring just with your finger, make sure it's springy. Make sure that your tailpiece has that little gap. Throw that gap right onto that pin. Take your removal tool, insert it, and it has to be completely flat and flush. It's very similar to a regular screw. If you were screwing in something and it was at an angle, those threads wouldn't fit right. So it's the same exact way. And my general rule of thumb is to tighten it as much as possible and then go back in and loosen it at least 1 or 2 little notches. You want to hear that little click, and then you would test it again with the key to make sure that it's not too tight. If it's too tight, you'll feel it will be hard to turn. If it's too loose, it'll be difficult to remove the key, and there'll be too much wiggle room right here. And there is just a quick tutorial. Insert and put that screw back in. In another video, I will go more in depth with actual rekey process of the deadbolt cylinder.